Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is once more your man Bob Mob, Doc Wildcard. Welcoming you to a new game. I know what you're thinking. Where's Final Overdrive Try Till Death Do Us Part? Well, the problem is, it seems to just repeat itself with all the roots. Unfortunately, it was fun though. And I might potentially go back to it at some point. But with Cat's Root, it was just pretty much the same thing as what I did last time. Um, Scarlet's Root, and yeah, this is, as you can see, called Steam Prison Beyond the Steam. I was introduced to this by my good friend Molly Gogeke. I'll put the link to her in the description. And this is it's steampunk, as you can see. And it should be most interesting to see where this goes. This is a sequel, as you can see, to the original, and it should be interesting to where it goes. So let's get to it. Okay, I just want to turn the plan down there. Yeah, her name is Cyrus. Yeah, I know, it's manga style, but the original has some quality comedy in it. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna play this. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens here. Yeah, this is how the original was. This. Whoa, what? Oh, jeez. This thing here is the heights, and this is the depths. The heights were like this utopia type thing, and the depths down here. This was like just a wasteland, except for this part. This is where like criminals were put, where it's in the depths. Except this part. They built cities and such of their own. This all happened after some gargantuan flood, and yeah, since the world was split in two. No. What do I do? What? Now what? Trying to fine, I guess. What was split into? Oh, okay. The heights of beautiful utopia in the sky, and the depths of filthy mechanical city. Each real mistrusted, rejected, and despised the other. But that is no longer the case. By the decree of St. Ewan, the shackles have been removed. Doors have been opened and time marches on. Lingering bitterness fades into the sky like the stars of dawn. It's been 2 years since the decree was made, and the story takes place on the past of the future. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I said, steampunk. Now that wouldn't have been possible without us Americans, though. The airplane was invented by the Wright brothers, and they, by God, were American. So let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen. He was the best dude in the original. Was Finn. I don't care what anyone says, he wasn't a Yandere. And yeah, I know I'm mispronouncing that just so deliberately, so it's not to sound like a total weeb. I have nothing against you if you are a weeb in real life, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not my deal. He was a funny character. It was oh man, what's his name? The other green-haired dude, Ulrich. He was a very pissy, bitter type. It made him so much fun to watch. Molly gave him the voice he's used for another very bitter character, um, Jeremy King in Extra Joffless. I'll put the link to that in the description too. My playthrough of that, because that was a really funny game, pure comedy, awesome stuff. And I'm gonna use that same voice I used for Jeremy that I copied from her for him because I feel we're so perfectly. That's what they said. I admit I was skeptical at first too. But I changed my mind when I saw his portrait and personal history. It's perfect for you. I stared at my mother from across the table as I made my own Romeo. It's like not to stop with her lately. Doesn't she have anything better to do? Apparently not. Other than no, I'd mostly just impressed. My mother was adamant about setting me up with a suitor. She wouldn't let me stop thinking about how upset about her important family was. My parents had a great relationship and smile. They almost seemed like the perfect husband and wife. I'm not ready to start a family. There's so many other things I want to do first. I love my job to maintain order in the house. I love broadening my horizons and depths. I also love mentoring children who want to be police officers one day in my volunteer work as a guide for visitors. A new starting family would only tie me down. A spouse, children, I wanted to be able to give them all the attention they deserved. That's why it was a step not to be taken lightly. I wanted so much to focus on myself. Besides, we're given the freedom to choose our own life partners. Okay, good. Yeah, the original, they had this whole bull thing about they had to be assigned their own. No one could decide who they got proposed to. The dudes and the ladies were paired up by the government, and also they didn't allow guns, which is also a load of crap. It just was a very what's the word I'm looking for? Very dystopian kind of a game. So I could make Mother understand. This was something she really wanted for me. Couldn't bear to see her spirits tampered, so I stayed quiet. Even she's bound to give up sooner or later. I hope so. No matter how bad things got, no matter how soon I seriously tried to get off the office, I could just politely refuse again and again and again until eventually she got the message. It's just a question of whose will was stronger. You won't wear me down, Mother. Made up my mind to just finish fancying himself from the table. Finn would be here any minute. Alright, Finn. Cool. Well, I'm off. You're leaving already? But we haven't finished talking yet. You want me to make this person, right? Do whatever you need to. I promise I'll be there. Pass the time chatting about trivial things and come up with some reason to decline his proposal. His meetings were just work as far as I was concerned. I'll be alright. I got through worse. Now, let's make today a good one. Yeah, Finn's best dude, as I said from the original. Here he is. Oh, good morning, Silas. Morning, Finn. Standing down for Cynthia's weekly as my treasured colleague. He was so quiet and reserved he felt like a little... That's no way to talk about the guy who was in one reality was your husband. In fact, my headcanon reality of the original. You were on time, just like always. As long as you opened the door before I even had a chance to knock. Yeah, Mother's being her usual self. I see. So tries to say up. She's persistent, isn't she? You can say that again. You're the only one who understands my pain. Now she says like Jeremy. So sign and they say the only one that understands my pain. Father always took his time. He's constantly reminding me how wonderful marriage is. No one cares how I feel. I don't know how that feels. Damn near all my life I've been poisoned. I've been told it's medication. Medication is not needed. Natural ways are what's supposed to be done. The very first doctor himself, Hippocrates, said that food may be your medicine, medicine be your food. And medications often have potentially harmful side effects. That's just in my pants on. Mine used to be the same way. Used to be? Not anymore? Not since I moved out, I don't know. They've already decided that my little brother will take over the family business, so I guess it's not important anymore. That's so unfair. I noticed they still have swords. Please tell me the guns are allowed in the heights by this point. It's been 2 long years. What can you do? They're the one my daughter Cyrus. It comes with the territory, right? But still, I wonder if they would give up a raise the rest of you with something like you did. Don't say that. It's dangerous for a girl to live by herself. You can do it, so can I. That may be, but there's no way your parents would allow it. They were worried too much, and so would I. Please just try and tough it out with them. Not you too. No one ever takes my side. That's another game I'm going to play in the future. At some point, it's my side, except it's spelled with India, not a Yankee here. India being the military fanatics for civilian I, Yankee being the military for civilian Y. You can see why I use military fanatics, even though I'm not in the military yet, because letters rhyme oftentimes. Aloes be on your side. I came to meet you today, didn't I? Yeah, that's true, even though you don't need to. Now the partnership system is by Apollos. Okay, nice. Working together since I became a police officer. Always the most comfortable when you're around. I feel the same way. The souls compose at least 2 people, sometimes more depending on the assignment is, but it doesn't mean we are all the same group. I guess I'm just not used to it yet. I find myself looking for you, Cyrus. Still, it's been 6 months since the prime sister was above us. Yes, sire, I'm sold out. There's no need to apologize. You really think I'm that reliable? Feels good to be appreciated. Women still don't get enough credit. It feels good to be appreciated. Still don't get enough credit. Perhaps. Anyway, don't take this wrong way, but your so-called ineptitude suits you. What? It's admirable how you try to make up for it. Okay, that's better. I wouldn't know what to do if you suddenly showed overnight when I wasn't looking. I'd probably get jealous. Jealous? You'd be jealous of me, Cyrus? Of course. We used to be partners after all. Rivalry is bound to develop when 2 people work together that closely. I want us to go at the same pace as much as we reasonably can. The same pace, huh? I have to work hard to keep up with you then. But yes, I feel the same way. I want things to stay like this between us forever. I'm not in agreement now. This conversation came to an end. 2 of us walked along in silence after that. I felt comfortable. I truly treasured their time together. I want things to stay like this forever too. Even if the matters turned out to be unavoidable, I pray that it wouldn't change our relationship, at least not right away. Cyrus, friend, I've been waiting for you. The large man called us out the moment we stood foot inside the temple. Now, I don't care if Molly says I'm saying Ines. She said Enos, but I'm saying Ines. Ines Henrik Hind, our direct superior. Good morning, is something the matter? I suppose you could say that. Sir Ines put his hand on his chin thoughtfully. Then I exchanged glances completely clueless. Do either of you have an interest in the area beyond the depths? Beyond the depths? What does that mean? I haven't seen it firsthand, so I'm afraid I can't be more specific, but latest surveys indicate large unexplored areas outside the depths, or rather on the surface. Steve's request was submitted by OWARC to investigate further, and the Assembly has approved it. They have? Oh no, not Saxon already. Saxon was like the villain of the original. Yeah, I'm not going to go any further than that because it just sickens me to just think about it. You have a problem with that? As government employees are nothing more than Temple's lapdogs. You should carry out your duties as instructed. Sir Saxon, you haven't changed a bit, I know, right? Saxon Brandenburg, he used to run a prison in the depths known as the Sanctuary District. Presently, he worked in legislation at the Temple. He seemed to be a brilliant legislator, but on a personal level, although 2 years had passed, the memory of the time we crossed swords was seared into my mind. I flexibly put my mouth in sight of him, so as not to puke, I imagine, right? His effective frown was even more pronounced as the two of us stood there in silence, except this is work. I shouldn't let my personal feelings get in the way. I thought to myself before looking Sir Saxon straight in the eye. As an assemblyman, you seem to have a disadvantage regarding this matter, Sir Saxon. Indeed. Hans is terrible at explaining things. You would probably go faster, I told you myself. Then why do you have to bring me up? You know, it's important to follow the chain of command. A staunch believer in hierarchy. You too, have you ever been to the edge of the depths? The edge? What are you talking about? Let's call it the outer reaches then. Although I can tell from your reaction you haven't. It was my understanding you visited the depths on occasion. I had higher hopes. Reminds me of a song High Hopes. It gets sung every time my Phillies win at baseball, which is every time, of course. Yeah, it gets sung by the late great Harry Kalas. They put him on the Titantron singing that, and we all join in. Sorry to disappoint you. Our interest in the tips is primarily expanding our knowledge of urban environments. Have you been to the other section? I have. What? Why do you look so surprised? Because I've never been. When was it? Recently? When I was with the hounds, I rode a horse out there out of boredom. You didn't invite me. Why would I do that? You're so serious and uptight it would have been relaxing at all. Serious and uptight indeed. That reminds me as does his whoops. As does his look. Hey, what gives? Huh? Oh jeez. As does his look. Okay, I wasn't aware that by moving the mouse I would make it go back, but yeah, his look reminds me of a guy from a pure comedy game called Roommates. I'm going to play somewhere down the line. I'm just not sure when yet. It's because that's how this one character was. I'm trying to remember his name. But yeah, he looked a lot like him, and he was also very serious and uptight. Anyway, I found myself growing curious about what lies at the edge of the depths, so I went to see for myself. What did you find? Nothing. Only a dense fog. I immediately lost interest and turned back. But according to a report by Ulrich, that urchin Valentine took under his wing, there's an entirely new world on the other side of the fog. His report inspired me to consult a map before the flood, and it seems like the depths are but a tiny fraction of the world it belongs. Now, I've received notice that the arrangements have been made to explore beyond the fog, and to please dispatch a number of people capable of assisting. The only requirement is they must be people that Ulrich is familiar with. Naturally, that limited options. Me and Finn? That's right. My position as administrator prevents me from leaving. Ulrich would be the best candidate, but he's indispensable on the legislative assembly. personally, nothing would make me happier than dragging that mouth along. Anyway, the expedition leaves tomorrow. You go? You made me have a choice? In a sense, I would soon kick your butt into compliance, but there are extenuating circumstances. As a legislator, I have to respect the will of the people. Damn right. That's how it's supposed to be. Not a government ruling over the people, but the people deciding what they do. That's what our forefathers envisioned. I can't tell you how aggravating it is to have to walk on eggshells around police officers of all people. You were a cop? He never knows when to stop talking, does he? I know, right? According to Sir Irons, he mellowed out considerably since his time with the Hounds, but from when I stood, he still seemed to be bristling his spines. An expedition to the whole world. What do you think, Finn? Me? Oh, well, I don't really have reason to refuse. If they want me along, then just say the word and I'm in. I'll go. I'm just not sure I could be no use, though. You're larger than most. You make a good shield, at least. What gives? What about you, Cyrus? Do I have any reason not to? It might get in the way of meeting Mother. To me, Mother is trying to arrange. Turning into the unknown. Seems like it would take more than just a few days. Depending on how things went, the meeting might prevent me from getting altogether. No, that's not right. My duty comes first. I can always meet with a potential suitor later. It is what it is. I hate that terminology. It is what it is. It's so redundant in this craft. I'm certain Mama will understand. Yes, I humbly accept the assignment. We're counting on you. He isn't here at the moment, but that's the other thing. I don't care what Molly says or anyone else says. It's not adage, it's adage. That's how I pronounce it. It would be also comforting you as the party's physician. He's a bit of an eccentric, as you know, but he's a good doctor. I trust he'll do well with him. Indeed, Adage grew a garden to help cure people of diseases, just as I do. As I said about Hippocrates, food be medicine, be food. You idiot, what kind of instruction is that? That is still as gruff as ever, damn. You've been standing behind Sir Irons for some time. The size difference between them is so great that I actually completely hidden. I feel like a failure as a police officer not noticing him. Must have been distracted by the situation with my mother. How embarrassing. Don't give me that look. You act like you see a ghost. I'm not giving you any look. Your eyes are way too intense. I do admit being eccentric, though. People have been... Now this confuses me, why he would... I say about that during Molly's playthrough to her, why he would readopt the name Roselight, because his dad, if he could even have been called dad, was just a heinous monstrosity, and he was trying to get away from him, and I would have changed my surname if I were him, because of the bad blood between them, and what Dr. to put in air quotes Roselight had done. People have been saying that about me since I was a little kid, so I'm used to it. It's a very stage where I don't get upset or argue about it anymore. As Roselight, I'll accompany you as the party's physician. My policy is not waste resources on lost cause. If you hurt, tell me before it's too late. Oh, I wasn't expecting you to come and introduce yourself. Wonderful. That's not why I'm here. Don't praise me like I'm some child. I want to see what the limitation on supplies is. How much of my medical equipment can I bring with me? The limits on supplies. Has Ulrich mentioned anything to you? Not really. There's anything before in his written request either. Ridiculous. Check with him. Even if he hasn't said anything, there's no point in me coming up to your head. Guess I shouldn't seem surprised though. sadly grown accustomed to all this bureaucratic red tape. You're not satisfying unless you spend every breath complaining, are you? Blame it on my childhood. You could at least try to put yourself in my shoes. Going a new world sounds nice and all, but you're basically throwing us into a hostile environment we know nothing about. Whether the sanctuary district or the depths, the only reason I survived was because there were people living there. But it's not like that at this time. There's no guarantee I'll be able to procure anything as we go. And yet doctors are still expected to do their job somehow. If we fail, that's it. We're on the last line of defense. Do you understand the weight of that responsibility? I didn't realize you felt this way. You didn't say anything when you accepted, so I thought you had a more optimistic outlook. I have no problem being selected for this assignment. Protest the way I'm being treated. I also would have chosen me if I were in your position. I'm highly qualified. Then quit your whining. You'd have the same exemptions, I can imagine. Even without the weight limit, it's still better to pack light if we're going to be going on foot. But it's not the same as making a cow's call. I need to know what to bring. Oh, jeez. She still hasn't adopted a gun. After 2 years. Whatever. We find as long as I've restored, but it's not like that with him. Dr. Charlie knows the experience to choose the right medicines and equipment to treat people. He's right. As long as so much he can carry, if he doesn't choose carefully, lives might be lost that otherwise could have been saved. I wonder what I can do to alleviate his anxieties. Nothing can be more painful for a doctor than watching a patient die. Don't want to feel that way. Interesting. Let me just see how long I've been recording. So the first decision to be made. I can't save for nothing? What gives? Okay, yeah, I guess this. Is there anything I can do to help you with? No. His response was certainly blunt, indeed. Well, that was just the way he was in the original. He reminded me a lot of Dr. Gregory House, my own personal favorite fictional doctor. Very blunt, very cold at times, but willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. I know it sounds like my expertise, but you have to be so harsh. Do you know how to handle medicines properly or diagnose illness, tie tourniquet without amputation? Amputation, damn. That's what I thought, because you're not a doctor. Just like I don't know how to do my accounts makes sense. Oh, what? My point is, each of us is good at something different. Don't know what you expect me to say. Just stop worrying about me and do your job. You're right. Thank you for the reminder. You'll need to prepare before you head to the depths. Both of you can go from now. I'll take care of updating the shift schedule. Alright, let's go, Fane. Okay, I'll see you later then. Expected expedition to an uncharted territory. It's all so sudden. I can't believe they only told us this the day before. Must have been planning this for some time now. It's just the nature of our job, I guess. A thief doesn't give advance notice before they rob someone. I'm not sure that comparison works. Even so, I hope it's not reckless to say, but I'm actually looking forward to it. Really? That's surprising. You're usually more hesitant about things like this. That's true. I'm still anxious, of course, but we don't often get the chance to work together these days. Feels nice, like old times. Yeah. That doesn't mean we can't take it easy, okay? Let's work together to make this mission a success. Agreed. I'll give it my all. Okay, let's see here. We're going to the depths now. Because that's gonna be when I end this chapter, this first chapter. Next morning. Yeah, here we go. After managing to convince my mother, I arrived at the rendezvous point in high spirits. The door to the lift was already open, looking as ready to descend at any moment. This reminds me of this background a lot of in Final Fantasy X-2. There was the Veil Tower, and there was indeed an elevator in that as well. I can't help but wonder if that was intended. I sat down waiting for Finn and Edge to arrive. This is a nice change of pace. All I had done was to delay the inevitable, but at least I didn't have to worry about meeting with any more suitors now. That was weight off my chest. Things are off to a good start. Now I just need to focus on the mission. It's just you, where's Finn? He's not here yet. She'll arrive on time. Huh. I always thought you were attached to the hip. I guess you live separate lives after all. Yes, ever since the partner system was abolished, I just took a seat near me and set his back down. Despite the title's small size, it made a heavy thud as it hit the floor. Is that all you bring? Yes, this is all of it. I couldn't bring everything, so I focused on the treatment of exterior injuries. Scissors, stethoscope, gloves, non-revolving alcohol, antibiotics, styptic, tourniquets, tourniquets, syringes, saline, lactate vinegar solution, antipyretics, sedatives, analgesics, blood plasma expander. Hey, why aren't you saying anything? What, do you expect me to give you a complete inventory? You were the one who started talking. That's the point. You just don't get it. I'm a pain in the ass to deal with. Okay. I can't exactly say it makes sense to me, but I realize I shouldn't have stopped you sooner. I'm trying very hard to understand you, Edge. Don't need you to understand. Just don't take it so seriously. Whatever, it's not important. It's up to his eyes. Like Sir Hines? I don't feel worthy of such a compliment. Does that make you happy? Yes, I have immense respect for him. I see. Wasn't intended to compliment in the slightest. Who's that right? Is it Finn? Sorry. Good morning, everyone. Finn, you seem so different. More irritating than usual. You're joking, right? My eyes haven't gone that bad, have they? Why does the doctors never seem to take care of themselves? My eyes are just getting worse by the year, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's hereditary. I'm Alfred Valentine, equal for status, wealth, and prestige. I'm the most desirable man in the world. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. He hasn't changed a bit. Still all full of himself and everything. I don't need an introduction. I know who you are. Why are you here? I thought you were staying behind this time. Yes, indeed. But at least allow me the opportunity to see off the team that will be accompanied by Dave Ulrich on this expedition of his. Maybe it's some time before we meet again. You expect this to be a long expedition? I thought it was only a few days. Maybe to reevaluate what I'm bringing. There's no need to worry. Ulrich is taking care of the essentials, and anything you can find in the heights you can find in the depths too. That's where we live in now, thankfully. As for the duration, there is a set schedule. Indeed, setting one would be impossible. It is a journey into the unknown, after all. A week, a month, perhaps a year, perhaps even a lifetime. Naturally, I don't mean to imply to devote your entire life to it. I would like to see you return within a reasonable time frame. That's assuming you make it back, though. There's no telling what sort of dangers await you out there. You're right. There's a chance you might not survive. Yes, the valiant knights from fairy tales always triumph over adversity and return to a hero's welcome. But no matter how skilled or courageous you may be, you live in reality. Glory is not guaranteed. That's why I want to see you off with the promise that we'll meet again. You understand, don't you? I knew I'd be less. Sorry I'm late. in. Thank God. You're my hero, Finn. Where's this coming from? My head was about to explode. My head was about to explode if I had listened to more Fail Creature's Hot Air. You saved my life. Okay. How rude to call it hot air. I thought I was making relevant and insightful comments. Maybe just Cyrus, you were completely ignoring me. Oh, my apologies for finding the lady more appealing. Tell me about it. You could hardly be any more obvious. Anyway, it's time. Shouldn't we be going? Yes, we'll return, Elcrete. Take care. Have a safe journey. Elcrete episode has been locked. Interesting. I'm not too late, am I? Came to see them off, St. Ewan? You just missed them. What a shame. You've only been there a few moments earlier. Who are you kidding? You intensely waited for them to leave, did you? How perceptive. I'm surprised. The timing was just too perfect. But why? If you didn't want to see them off, why bother coming at all? I know. But I couldn't help myself. I wanted to come. I'm aware of the plan. You wanted to go with him, didn't you? Yes, of course. So did I. That's why I didn't want to see me. I was afraid I might not turn well myself. It's still a small matter for you or I to leave this place. We must be reckless. Our positions entail a certain degree of responsibility. There's nothing we can do about it. However, you may leave if you follow protocol. That's the world we live in now. I would ask to accompany you when that time comes. Certainly. Having you alone would be the equivalent of 100 men, or perhaps 1,000. More than that even, and that's no exaggeration. Always so full of himself. In a lovable way, though. Elcrete Valentine. I'm going to decrease our speed. It'll take us long to get there, but it should reduce the shaking sound. I'm impressed. You used to so new way around. That just back and forth gave me the chance to learn. I could make it go faster or slower. Not faster. I'm not in the mood to fall. Going faster won't make us fall. She's right. Most accidents are a result of improper maintenance. I think it was last month when the lift dropped suddenly right after it left the heights. Hey! We're not talking about this right now. I can only take so much cheesy. Did you hit me or something? I don't hate you. I'm just telling you what happened. No one ever told me about this fall thing. Why did you hear that? I saw something about the newspaper. There was no one on board the top, so the control over I kicked it immediately. Probably get best cover since it was a minor accident. I see. Well, I'm sure it's been thoroughly inspected as long as the control over is functioning. There should be nothing to worry about. All I could do is worry. Damn, how do you police officers handle it? You're looking a little pale. Are you alright? Not in the slightest. My motion sickness is already acting up. Nausea, dizziness, cold sweats. I can't do this. I'll take a set of nervous system stimulant drug for orthodontic ataxia. Maybe even a sleeping pill for good measure. Supplies are limited, so we should be resting them. Isn't that a bit much? During peacetime, the doctor's health comes first. All is good as dead if I drop. Good as done for if I drop dead. Going to lie down now. Wake me when we get there. Will do. Good night. You alright, Finn? Yes, I'm fine. I'm a little uneasy since I haven't done this in so long, but it's no problem. That's good to hear. When was the last time you rode the lift? About 2 years ago now. We went to the sanctuary district for our post exams. That long? It feels like so much wasted opportunity. I'm just nervous just to the heights. Not like you, Cyrus. It's not like I have anything against the visiting depths. I just don't want to have any particular interest in it either. Oh, that reminds me. What's the sanctuary edition like these days? All I know is they don't hold prisoners anymore. They've abolished the inspection requirements for post exams. What's become of the people living there? Seems like the sun of the whole. That ain't right. Under control of the heights of the enclave territory, part of that's undergoing extensive renovation. Okay, that's good then. Part that's undergoing extensive renovation to make it more livable. My understanding is that the people there can either choose to establish residency or relocate somewhere else. Okay, good. I'm not sure if that world may look like, but it doesn't sound bad. The world is changing for the better under St. Ewan. Outage episode has been unlocked. Interesting. Okay, and here we are in the depths. Okay, well that's gonna be okay. That's gonna be the end of this chapter, ladies and gentlemen. To keep this from getting too long, so if you did want to, please consider subscribing. I'll sit back fairly well.